So this is a random video from this channel. Usually I post car parts videos, but I always wanted to get some content on this channel before I got other stuff. So yeah, it's a review of the Bedjet. I bought a Bedjet. I was looking at temperature control mattresses, and most of them were very expensive. I found the Bedjet ad. It was on a deal, but it was about $300. No, it was 400. But in comparison to like the 13 grand for a Sleep Number something, if this does its job and cools down properly, then So that's why I bought it. Over the next 2 days, I'm going to be testing out the Bedjet. So that way, if you actually want to buy one of your own, not quite sure what this is. I assume that's what the user manual is for. Oh, I actually do know what this is for. This is to hold the hose. They also made some other claims, like this was made by a NASA spacesuit engineer or something. Not quite sure what this is. Oh. This is the remote. I bought the one with the remote, not the app, because when I was looking at YouTube videos, it seemed like the app was pretty difficult. It also did come with batteries. These fell out of the packaging though. So, remote. And this, well, I mean, it's obviously the power wire. Right now I got the phone situated on top of the box that it came in, so this is the actual, this is what the air goes through. This is what you set up on your mattress. That's how it's supposed to look. Anyways, so here we are. And, yep. So this is all the cording for what I assume to be the fan itself. Hopefully, oh, there it is. Okay. Let me always get this out of the packaging first. So, okay, that's horrible. Let's just put it right there. So, Bedjet. That's obviously the intake. So that's where all the air. That's where all the air goes. Flip around to this side. Not a lot of people have shown this. It's a radiator, or at least radiator-esque. Now for the So this is the extendable tube. That's interesting. It's like it's like a big ass straw. Who am I kidding? So, where am I at now? Alright, so first things first, let me go ahead and get the Bedjet itself. And, well, I gotta assume that one part clips into, yeah, like that. So that's pretty much it if I had to assume. And then you take the intake, which actually it would be considered the exhaust. So this is essentially your exhaust. Let me just go and move this. See, like I said, I have it on top of the box. Then you take the other end, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll go ahead and see what else, or at least I'll see where this stuff fits in. So I'll be back with all that. So after the first night, I had it set up to the side, so it would have been blowing into the side of my leg. And mainly on the first night, it was more or less just having to get used to actually having having air blowing against your leg underneath a blanket. It's not exactly something most of us are common with, but yeah, after about 2 hours, after I got used to it, I ended up going to sleep, and other than not really having to move around because it was actually cold, uh, was about an average sleep for me, but that's mainly because I was having to get used to it. Now, I should also say that I mean, I was wanting to say this way before this video, like in the very beginning, but the Bedjet comes with a 60-day return policy. So if you don't like it, or if it doesn't help, then you can return it after 60 days. So tonight, I'm going to switch it from the side to right there on the very front and see if the more direct dispersal around the whole mattress makes a difference. Now, the one thing I am thinking about is that I am pretty tall, so my feet may touch the nozzle part, though I'm not quite sure. But that's what tonight is going to be for, just figuring out how this thing, figuring out if that's the better area than at the side of the bed. Yep, there really isn't much else to talk about. So, yeah, next update will be tomorrow. So, ended up just waking up and this this is actually the third day. I forgot to film on the second day, but this is the day when I had the nozzle or the hose thing where I had it out the front of the bed, on the front of the bed instead of the side of the bed. And for day 2, switching from the side of the bed, which switching from the side to right there, there was I'm not sure if it was easier to sleep, but I mean, I was able to sleep. But the second day, it was more difficult. Well, actually no, the second day it was about the same to actually fall asleep. But for the third day, since I was used to it from the second day, I fell asleep a lot easier. Because the second day took about an hour or so for me to fall asleep. But the third day, which was last night, it took me like 30 minutes or less, and I woke up a lot less. Although I've had issues of waking up, so I'm back. So I know I said I was only going to be doing 2 days, but I'm going to go ahead and do the full 7 to give a week review. But so far, seems like having it at the front of the bed instead of the side of the bed works a lot better if you're doing like a singular nozzle. But the dual one, I don't know. I mean, you can always put the dual, like one right there and then one right there if you're trying to run dual. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep it at the front of the bed instead of the side of the bed, since it seems to work better. Well, I'm not sure about better, but it seems to work better for me at least. Fourth day update of the Bedjet. Currently just woke up, went to sleep way faster, as again. So I'm pretty much only gonna be having the nozzle right here or the vent. So yeah. So yeah, pretty much it's only gonna stay right there. So, so far, falling asleep and actually staying asleep has improved on day 4. Ended up falling asleep way faster, and I actually stayed asleep. So, yeah, I'll see if that changes on day 5. So I may have forgotten to do some update, well, a update today, but I also realized in hindsight I probably should have provided the dates of the days that I was showing the daily updates. uh sorry, I'm spacing, but on the other hand, some people may have came for the Bedjet, but for anybody else that may somehow be keeping track of my channel, I finally got that ball joint extent. Well, not right now, but I finally got info that it will be shipped. So that's cool. So I'll finally be able to have ball joint extenders for my car. I know it's not meant for that, but yeah, there's not much to go over on the updates. Oh, actually, there is something. I did wake up way earlier, and I didn't feel as tired as when I would usually wake up early. And maybe it's due to this. I'm not sure. Maybe, but I did feel better rested after waking up early. So there's that. I just figured there was no use trying to film day 5, 6, or I believe I ended off on 4, but just so that it is actually different day. I got a whole ass desk now, but it works. I don't wake up in the middle of the night anymore from being hot, so that's cool. So I guess now I should probably give a rating of it. Well, rating. I mean, okay, so it works for me, obviously. I mean, the summer's hot. I don't think I would be using the Bedjet in winter because it'll be cold. But overall, yeah, I mean, for me personally, it works, and I get hot when I sleep. So yeah, uh, there's really, yeah. I mean, it works. It, yeah, that's all I can say. It works for me. So yeah, that's everything about this.